Hey family, Tacc man, how's your spirit? Talk to me, tell me something good. Got a good one today. I'm just gonna freestyle. Um, yeah, I had a good day, man. The Muslim brothers, man, called me, and it was seven of us. There was seven of us that were in the bed together, and one of them was brother Imam, and there was another brother from Africa, another one from Milwaukee, another one from Philly, one from Brooklyn, and I think one from Queens or Brooklyn. Yeah, we had a group. Man, that was beautiful. You know, through adversity comes change. And they'll call and check on me. About the situation we were shot, and the brother we were all together in the same joint together, and it's funny that I used to tell the brother Igor, you know, Assalamu alaikum ain't the password. A lot of these brothers really don't have no love for you. And he used to be like, man, it ain't like that. So he kind of feels at fault because the guy that wound up shooting me, the guy was one of the brothers. He's like, yo, man, all brothers ain't bad. And, they're not. But it's just, it's a funny thing. Like it's funny. Um, but what I really want to talk about, matter of fact, let me do this the right way. This platform is called Tacc, where verses come change by me, Rich Coleman. It's a very insightful book on life, on life's journeys. I just want to read one part. This part I really like to read a lot. It says, to those who've been broken and rebuilt, to every soul that learned faith in the dark, this book is for the ones who kept walking when it would have been easier to stop. May your scars remind you that survival was never the goal, becoming was. And like, that's so deep because we go through life thinking one way, and in all reality, life is totally the opposite. We don't understand that it's essential for us to go through the things that we go through, our adversities, our shortcomings, our fears, because when you get older, you realize that uh, a lot of things you thought when you were younger. What's up, Scotty? What's going on? Yo, I don't know what it is, right? Of course, this I don't know if this is working or not. Yeah, man. And I was seeing that because I couldn't hear nothing, right? I couldn't hear nothing. So I'm like, yo, something is wrong with this. This thing, the whole headset might be broke. No, it's connected. It says don't go connected, but it's not. Test it, test it. No, it's not working. I gotta do this. I don't understand that though. It's sorry. I charged it all day. I charged it all day. So that so no, I charged it all day. It went from red to green. I charged it all day. Because I seen it last night. So I was like, yo, something is wrong with this thing. You know, maybe I dropped it and something broke or something. I don't know what it is. I might have to just get another one. It's not that much, 20 something bucks. What setting on StreamYard? I don't know what you're talking about. Testing, 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 testing. Let me see the mic. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, 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 hello. Can you hear it now? Can you hear it better now? It sounds better now. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 hello. Do it sound better now? Okay, good, good, good. I had to switch it on the thing down there. All right, cool. Yeah, good, good. Yeah, man. So it was like seven of us that were in Otisville locked up, and it was good. One guy from Wisconsin, one is in Africa and Angola, two in Philly, two in New York. See, I think three in New York. But yeah, it's good to see the brothers. I ain't seen them brothers in years. I haven't seen them brothers in years since 2020. But yeah, life is good, man. And it's only because of being positive. You know, when you put positive out, you get positive back. When you put negative out, you get negative back. And I was just talking to someone today, and I was telling them like, yeah, I worked with the devil for years. Now it's time for me to work for God, because work for the devil didn't work out for me too good. I wound up in prison for 28 years. So now living right and doing right, man, my life is beautiful, and I'm striving to meet my goals, such as my book, which is Through Adversity Comes Change on Amazon. Um, the podcast, this is what this is here, and I'm just, striving, I just want to keep engaging with the minds of the people so that we can come together, because like I said, your choices shape your adversities are your lessons and get you to your blessings. And this whole platform and this whole program is about healing. It's about learning the lies from the truth. It's about applying your life, with people of like mind. You're not going to be able to help everybody. So I'm not delusional about that. But what I want to do is I want to be able to help everyone who wants help, so that we can heal, learn the truth from the lies, then we can come together and we can build a foundation that will not be matched. And anytime we come together, we do great things. It's just that now you can't do things right and be vocal, because whenever we come together, that's a threat to white supremacy. And whether it's not being afraid, it's just being smart. You don't want to wind up uh, a statistic because you couldn't keep your mouth closed. You know, the thing is being able to weed through life's adversities, doing what you need to do, and helping others. That's why I say, by 2030, I want to leave America and go to Africa, but I want to take a trip around the whole world for 1 year and see where people need help the most and where I will be more comfortable to be for my final days on this earth. And this is something that I've been wanting to do since I was young. Uh, and the passion is still there. When I had money, I was distracted because I was getting high and all kinds of other things. I the wrong people around, everything. But now that I'm focused and I have the right people in my life so far, I will be able to accomplish a lot more by just continuing on my road and doing what I need to do and helping one person at a time. This whole platform and program is called Tacc. Through adversity come change. It's 5 principles, 3 articles, one healer. The healer is helping everyone accept, achieve, and appreciate love. And this is what we're missing in life. We're missing love. And the only way you can heal is by being honest with yourself. You don't have to be honest with no one else. And you have to be uncomfortable with uncomfortability, because right now most of us are comfortable with being uncomfortable. We have to learn to be uncomfortable with uncomfortability, and then things can manifest. Okay, I guess so. Epstein gaming. Yeah, I could imagine. But yeah, it's about helping. You know, if I don't have nothing good to say, I'm not going to say anything, and that's what a lot of people need to learn to do. When you don't have anything positive to say to help others, you shouldn't say nothing. And this is why the world is like it is now. We follow a bunch of bullies and stupid people, and look what it's led us to. Where gas is $5 uh, 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 at the gas station, food is up, rent is up, light and gas is up. And this what happens when you got the real low IQ people, you know, uh, in charge. But like I said, some people need to just, keep their opinions to themselves. Of course, this is about helping people to heal. This is not about hurting people. And see, this is people who hurt, they're devil worshippers. Of course, you can't say that you're a God fearing person or God loving person if you try to demean people. God is love and love is God. Only the devil does stuff like that. And one day hopefully you'll realize it and change your life, because you know what? Hell is 70 times hotter than the sun. So if you have an atom's weight of anything that goes along with pride, that's where you'll be at, you know? So back to what I was saying, you know, in life, we're going to go through ups and downs. We're going to go through hard times. We're going to go through good times. Like I said, wisdom doesn't show up in happy times. It shows up in chaos. So we got to understand when we going through something, it's a blessing in that. You just have to understand the blessing. You have to embrace the journey. You have to understand that whatever God has for you is for a reason. Whatever you're going through is for a reason. And what you have to do is understand. You have to be able to use your head for more than a hat rack. You have to look at look past the forest for the trees. And a lot of us don't do that. You know, we just say things, we do things without thinking, without caring about how someone else said, feels. And this is what we have to get back to, doing the right thing by each other, not tearing each other down, because it's only through our adversity change takes place. And we got to go through it to get to it, you know? And the only way we're going to do that is come together, and we have to heal first. We have to heal. We have to learn the lies from the truth. But the most important thing, you have to be real with yourself. You have to be able to see the things that are going wrong in your life, and changing, them. Only you can make your life, what you want it to be. And my thing is, I just want to help people to heal, to do the right thing, to live right. When we come together, man, it's dynamic. But when we separate it, it's not a good thing. And what we need to do is learn from our mistakes, not blaming other people. Like I said, everything starts and ends right here with me. No more of this. Because there's still three fingers and a thumb pointing at you, but you do this. Everything starts and ends right here with me. I'm going to make a change in my life and do the right thing. And, it's up to you. And that's how I live. I live right. This is why I spend my money to come on this podcast, to give you guys some of the wisdom that God gave me. And I had to go through hell to get it. And I'm hoping and praying that you guys don't have to go to hell, and that you'll just listen and do the right thing. I want nothing but the best for each and every one of us. And the only way we can do that is we have to heal first. And I know it may sound crazy, it might sound monotonous that I keep saying the same thing. Yeah, but until we heal, we're not going to be able to do anything. You can't have two different mindsets, let alone 10 that can govern and run things at once. No, you have to have one aim, one goal, one mission, one purpose, and everybody sticks to that. So there's no bosses, there's no leaders, there's no followers. We have a purpose. It's a team. There's no I's in team. And you just keep going. You keep doing what you got to do. And I guarantee you, in an amount of years, you will have been earned your place on this world stage, so that you will never, ever, ever have to worry about feeling, let alone being a second grade second citizen. We have been through too much to still having to go through the things that we go through today. And it just saddens me that we're still going through these things in this time. You know, you would think people would get better, people would heal. But what you have to understand is the devil has a respite, and his respite is now on this earth. So he's going to be in control. There's so many things I would love to say but it's going to make people mad, angry, upset. So I don't say them. You know, sometimes the truth will set you free, and sometimes the truth will get you in trouble. So you have to know how to differentiate between the two. But the thing is living right, doing right, and helping everyone that you possibly can. Because we're only on this earth for a certain amount of time. We're gonna be dead forever. So if you don't get it right, it ain't gonna be nice. And I really don't even like summers too much, let alone hell. I'm a winter baby, so I kind of like the cold. Yeah, yeah, no, I know. That's why I said what I said. That's why I said what I said. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, you ain't catch what I said. Yeah, yeah, I get it. It is what it is. All it's just gonna do is make it better for me. They're gonna make me rich, wealthy, even. From the idiocy. Let me get back to what I was saying though. Um, oh yeah, yeah, ain't no question. Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. Yeah, that's you gotta, and it's just like when I was on Facebook for 2 years, I had over 7,000 followers. But I know a bunch of them wasn't real. And then like you said, some negativity and hate. You know, well, I mean, it is what it is. You know, I just have to reach some soul and save them. This is my mission. To save a soul. It's not about what other people say, feel, and think. That's why this is my platform. So everything on here is what I say, feel, and think. But it's the truth. I'm not giving up falsehood. I give you the truth. You know, and that's the only thing I know how to do is be truthful and live right and do the right thing. I'm no longer the old me. When you're a kid, you do kid things, and when you're a man, you do grown up things. So I'm a man. I do grown up things now. Just how life goes. But like I said, we need to heal. Through adversity comes change. We ain't gonna make no changes in our life until we change what's in us. We gotta dig in with us first. You gotta get you right. You can't help nobody else until you okay. And that's just how it go. I didn't make the rules. I'm just the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. I just want us all to win. I just want us all to live good, peaceful, happy, and harmonious together in this world that we have to navigate together anyway. So, why not let's do it right? This is what it's all about. Living right, doing right, and being right. But we're going to talk about tomorrow the importance of being 100% honest. Why it's so important to healing. And a lot of people don't understand that.
They think they can hide from the truth. You can't. You can't hide from the truth. And when you live right and do right and be right, right will find you. So, get your spirit right. That's your connection with God. And do the right thing, man. We all need love. And it's time we start loving one another. All right, Scotty, I'm out. I'm finna take me a shower and call it a night. You have a good night, my brother. All right, peace. Ain't no question. Much love. Peace.